right. Super excited for this morning. It is 9 o'clock. How's everybody doing?
I'm awake
There's some
now.
excitement. It's 9 o'clock.
Woo! I
I
just woke up with
know.
that music. I was half asleep until you pumped that music up. Now I'm ready.
Hey, I've had pre-workout. I'm ready to go. All right. How are you?
Pumped.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this for us. I know usually we have you like live. We had like a packed house. I sent Tristan a picture. I'm like, oh, memories.
That was a good memory.
Yeah. So let's get started because I know you're a busy man. And a quick intro about Tristan. If you don't know this guy, oh my gosh, founder of Lab Coat Agents. Super cool, amazing dude, wealth of knowledge, social media guru. And so we love having you. Any opportunity we can have with you, Tristan is amazing. So if you want to share a little bit else, Clubhouse is crazy right now too,
Clubhouse is nuts. Check it
right?
out. Check it out.
Yeah.
Just spy on it if you haven't jumped on in there. But thanks for having me, Natalia. I wanted to touch on social media and growth. I think we overcomplicate it, and I want to simplify it for you. But first, I want to get you into the right mindset because a lot of the times I hear things like, "Oh, that's not for me. It's not going to work. Oh, I don't do it that way." Right? Or, you know what? That person can do it in that way. That's never going to work where I'm at. And I hear a lot of those things because I get to talk to a lot of agents. And so I want you to start changing that language a little bit because it not only affects what you do on social, but it affects how you talk to your clients. It affects how you reach out to the opportunities that you have. And once you start changing that self-talk, that conversation with yourself starts getting better. One thing you don't notice sometimes is that conversation also pushes people away, right? So when you're calling somebody and I see somebody's phone number come through and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to pick that person's phone up because I'm not, I don't have 15 minutes of my life to throw away in the trash. And so think of that when you're talking to yourself, because that language that you're always using is going to affect who you become and eventually who you surround yourself with, because it comes down to the whole Carol Dweck thing. If you've never read the book Mindset by Carol Dweck, I always recommend it. Pick it up. Growth mindset versus fixed mindset. In essence, it comes down to this one difference with a fixed mindset. When you look at the competition, you say, oh, why did they get that? That's terrible. They shouldn't. Why didn't that happen to me? Victim mentality versus a growth mentality. You look at what's happening to the other people. You use it as motivation for growth. You have that mindset to be like, Natalia did such a great job there. Let me pick up the phone and call her to see what she did to get there. And there's a difference in approach. And so the same thing with social media. You can look at it, you can say, hey, that's not for me, but guess what? It's the way the world functions right now. The number one most visited website, like I told you last time, was Google.
Yeah.
Number two is YouTube. It's not going to change as long as Google's around. And number three, Facebook alternates between other ones. But that's where you got to be. And when I tell people, well, they ask me, because we just closed Matthew Perry's home from Friends in Malibu. We sold that home. People are like, where'd you get that lead? Where was it? Like, it was a Facebook lead. They're like, no. I'm like, yeah, it was a Facebook lead.
Wow.
And it was $13.1 million. And it was me and my agent, right? And it was his response time, his training, and his ability to connect with people through my systems and processes. So look, it's out there for you. It's just a matter of if you're actually going to go and do it. So I've done my best here to simplify it for you. I've got some cool things for you to give out too. So I'll drop them in the chat here, or I'll send them to Natalia. Let me just get a sip of this coffee. No, it's not beer. Okay. I can't even, does it focus in? No, it's not. It's a organic cold brew.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, that camera's awesome that you have.
Yeah, thanks. Like I just got my Stormtrooper helmet yesterday. It's cool. And my Baby Yoda portrait. That was, can't go wrong. Brian loves it. I see that. All right, so let's get right into this. I created about a year and a half ago. I created this simple acronym to help out my team with the ability to be able to post to social media because it was getting a little confusing. And I call it STAY. Can everybody, Natalia, can you see this?
Yep.
All right, perfect. I call it STAY. And it just reminds people to for the people that are using this, you as agents, to be able to keep people on your social media. How can they stay on your social media? The first one is one thing that we do really well, but half of it only, and that's sell. We sell. We're really good at it. You go on all the real estate agents' websites, and guess what? You just see what they just sold, what they just listed, how their office is doing, how they're doing, who they helped out, the reviews they got, all this great stuff about that. But the thing is, you're missing part of it. You need to sell with a story, right? One of my friends, his name is Brandon Kane. He wrote the book, A Million Followers in 30 Days. And his most recent book is called Hook Point. He ran social media for Taylor Swift and Katie Couric. And he says the key to this is to be able to hook people in the first 3 seconds, right? Because people are scrolling through all types of social media. How are you going to hook them? There needs to be a story, or there needs to be a part of it that's entertaining. And for us, look, I don't know about you, but I have a hard time dancing. Like when I go to TikTok, I'm like, I can't dance. I'm not funny, right? So I'm not going to be like a stand-up comedian, but I can sometimes tell stories, right? And so that's where I gravitate to this. And I say, well, all of us have a story to tell when it comes to a home. There's a feature of a home that's unique. There's a reason the sellers bought the home. There's a reason you were there. What's attractive about this area, about this home? Tell that story, sell that story. That's how you hook people. Now the next one is T. You circulate through these. Next is T. We as agents have the ability to be able to teach because we have so much knowledge in this business. Now you can literally teach something in an instant. If somebody asks you, well, what do you look for on a home inspection? And I bet you can come up with 3 things pretty easily. If not, go to Google, type in things to look out for on a home inspection when buying a home. And guess what? It'll refresh your memory because there's a ton of stuff on there. Pick those 3 that relate to you, and now you have something to teach. Take 3 minutes. Next, advice. Now, this is where I connect the most with people because it allows me to be able to be the most authentic. So it lets people into my world. Like I love technology, right? I'm always buying the latest gadget, and I'm always also buying like Star Wars junk, right? Obviously you saw the back. And I let people into that world because it allows me to connect with them through the things that I love. And so every time I've posted something that has to do with that, a lot of my stuff has gone viral, like TikTok, over millions and millions of views off of the stupidest stuff, right? But here's the thing. I'm going to stop unsharing this and go back to it. Here's the thing. It's about connecting with a greater audience so that when it's time to sell and teach, they're listening, right? You have to build that audience first. Build that audience through this connecting of authenticity on your part where people can get to know you. Because trust me, people aren't going to get to know you by you talking about real estate all the time. It just so doesn't, unless there's a story behind it, unless you're teaching in a way that people can relate with, right? And so that's why I gravitate to that authentic piece, which is for me the advice part on the technology I use, on the things that I buy, right? And so whatever that looks like for you, I think you need to take it a step further. One of my agents loves gardening, and I say, go deep on gardening. Like there's a lot of people you can connect with when it comes to that. So next is you. Why? And at the end of the day, I always tell people it's all about you. People are following you because of you, right? And this relates so much to the advice part. But you is simple. You know, pick up your dog and show your dog. Pick up your cat if you've got a cat. What do you like? What are you eating tonight? What are you doing with your family? Are you walking? Are you hiking? What's going on? Bring people into that world of yours and showcase that. So I'll put this one into the chat. Let me grab it right now. Let me grab the right link. That one's the right one. Good. All right. I'm going to throw this one into the chat for everybody. And then I'm going to go a little deeper in for you here because I also built out a calendar. I built these out for my team every quarter, and I'll give you this as well. Now, this kind of simplifies the process. It goes through the whole STAY process, just in case you get a little lost. But we're in February, right? Wait, February 10th, right? Good, yeah, Wednesday. All right, so you see right here, this is the February one. And you can use STAY all in a day. You can use it twice a day. You can use it 3 times a day. It doesn't matter. The purpose of this calendar is just to use one of those a day, right? So you can pace yourself. This way you have something to follow. So for instance, today we're on S. It just happened to start at the beginning, which is cool, STAY. Today's sell. So today would be like share a testimonial from a client. But remember, you're thinking story, right? So think of a testimonial from a client that allows you to share it and say, okay, well, there's a story behind this. Where do I start? And it'd be something along the lines of, well, look, when I helped this client out the very first time, they had no idea that they could purchase with 20% down. So I circled and circled around and like, well, look, I only have 5% down, right? And start with something that's captivating to an audience, maybe break a myth. Because you know how many people out there think they need 20% down to purchase? There are a ton. Next, teach. A fact about your product or service that's not commonly known. I'm not sure people even know how long it takes to become a real estate agent, right? Or how long it takes to, or how often we have to renew our licenses. That's a cool fact for a lot of people. And you may attract other agents that want to, other people that want to become agents at that point. So start thinking outside the box. These are used to prompt you. Next, advice, share who your favorite president is. Remember, I do these, I write these out from scratch, so you're not going to find these anywhere else. And I try to match them to what's happening. I know President's Day is coming up. So for me, it'd be Lincoln, right? Abraham Lincoln. And then I tell people why. Or it could be like somebody else, like Andrew Jackson, or whoever you want, whoever your favorite president was. Relate to people. And then you, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Do you like it or not? Tell your audience. And I think that's where you can start relating with people. Hey, what are we doing for COVID? And there's stuff that's closed, there's stuff that's open. Are you doing anything different this year? Connect with people. And then it circulates again. Now, again, you can use these to be able to go through one a day, or you can do it all at once. Now, I'm going to show you one other thing when it comes to creating engagement, because let me grab that link really quick. I almost forgot to share that. There we go. All right, I'm going to drop it into the chat. And I know that, Natalia, I know that you're pushing it onto Facebook. So if you want to drop those links on Facebook too, go ahead.
Yes, Brian's all over it. My IT, my wonderful IT.
Perfect.
Yep,
Right.
it's streaming on our private Facebook page.
Awesome. And look, if you have any questions, this is interactive, right?
Yeah.
So you could just pick up your hand or just throw it in the chat and I'll answer it. Now, this is only one part of this social media, right? The content. We always have a problem in creating. Well, what do I say? What do I do? What? Gravitate to the social media outlet that you gravitate to. Like there are some people that love Instagram. There are some people that love Facebook, or some people still love Snapchat. I could never get into it besides just opening it up for the for those faces that you do, the little cat faces and the baby faces. I like those, but that's all I could use it for, right? And I like TikTok. I actually love TikTok, but sometimes I just can't think of any videos to like push out. So I still gravitate primarily to Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. YouTube because I teach a lot, right? So I can put those out there. Now, I want you to think, well, what's that one platform for me? Because I'm going to show you something on creating engagement that I'm not sure that you've ever tried before. And I've done this for years. And that's how I've been able to gather a lot of engagement and growth in my personal accounts. So you look at Clubhouse, and it's just, I mean, Clubhouse was just launched into real estate maybe like December. After I posted it to Lab Code Agents, it blew up in real estate, right? And so I've got almost 12,000 people following me on Clubhouse, and it's just getting started. So look at Clubhouse, act as a spy, take a look at what you like, what you don't like. You don't have to participate. Just know that it's there and that it's growing, because it's only open to iPhone users right now, or if you have an iPad. So can you imagine when it opens up to Android users? There's massive growth ahead. So just keep an eye on that. Now, whatever you choose, I want you to, let me open up I'm going to choose Instagram for this one, just because I want to show you how to do this. Let me grab my Instagram account. Perfect. I call this LCM. I try to create an acronym for everything so I can remember what the hell it is, because then I won't remember things, right? So LCM simply means like, comment, message. And what I tell my team to do is do this 20 times a day. But you have to pick the platform that you're going to do it in. If you're split between two, you can do 10 and 10. Now, I suggest that you don't do more than 30 and 1 in a day, because then that social platform will start thinking you're spamming people, and it could block you. So let me just take a drink of this organic cold brew. Give me a second. All right. So here's the thing. Like, comment, message. You're going to go through, this is my main feed on Instagram. I'm looking for people I know or companies that I know personally that I'm friends with the CEO, executive, or somebody there. All right. You're looking for clients, you're looking for friends, family. I don't know this person, so I'm going to scroll through. I know House Addictive, but I'm going to skip it. All right. I also know the people from Spiritual Awakens. We follow a lot of stuff, right? So there's two parts to this. One are the people you follow, and the other one are the hashtags you follow. So I'm going to go through until I find somebody that's personal, a friend of mine. Actually, I know him too. Let's go through. And nope, no runners, success. Well, we're not having a lot of luck today because I follow so many damn people here. Oh, you know what? I do know this person. He makes fun of people. He makes fun of real estate agents in Newport Beach. Let's start it again on Instagram here. I'm going to reset just so I can show you what we do. All right. One more time. I know Jocko. Perfect. All right. You all know Jocko, Extreme Ownership. All right. So we've talked a few times. So here's Jocko. He's my friend. So I'm going to go to Jocko and I'm going to be like, I liked it. That's part one. Next is I'm going to message, right? I'm going to message something that has to do with those rings, right? And I'm going to be like, I've always had a hard time with rings. That's awesome that you do that. All right. So that's 2 steps. The next one is going, once it posts, right? I'm going to go hover over Jocko and I'm going to message him, right? And I'm going to be like, those rings always get me. How did you start practicing on those so your hands don't hurt after. And this is from personal experience, obviously, right? Because I hate those damn rings. Remember when you were in elementary school and you'd go on those bars and you'd be like, how is everybody doing this? My hands hurt. At least that was me. I sucked at it. All right, so I go back now and I do that, and I find more people that are friends. Can you believe that this is not a real person? They made this. She has like 3 million followers, and this is an AI, artificial intelligence. This is insane. I love this. She has 3 million followers. It's not even real. Anyway, keep on going to the next ones, right? Until you find somebody that's your friend or that you know. And you do the exact same thing. Now, if you're like, damn, I'm not getting anywhere, then just skip it and I'll show you a secret. You follow a hashtag in your town or something that you love, that you know you can at least gain more traction on. I'm in Malibu. So I have everything Malibu now, everything hashtag Malibu. And this is where I can get new followers based on what I'm doing. So I'm going to start here, right? And I'm going to go, wow, I love this. I love that picture. It's an amazing picture. That's an amazing picture. So it looks like he did take or she did take this picture, 30-second exposure with 10 frames per second. That's nuts. So I just liked it. I just commented. I'm going to hover over it and I'm going to follow. And now I'm going to message. And I'm going to message this person. And I say, do you take a lot of pictures in Malibu? Because that last one was amazing. Now you're saying to yourself, holy crap, Tristan, this looks like work. I'm like, well, yeah, it is. This is part of my business plan. This is how we do extremely well on social media, right? So now you can do the same thing on Facebook, right? You can start doing the same thing on TikTok. The only difference is on TikTok, you can't message people directly if they're not your friends. So it's a little different there. This is why a lot of people use Instagram as the messenger or Facebook. Now, I can go back here, I can reload, and then I can try it again if there are, obviously you see I follow a lot of different businesses, but in the same way, you probably follow a lot of different people and you want to do, oh, these people are my friends. So in the same way, you want to be doing LCM all the time. So in the morning, I'd set some time, probably right after you're done with your morning routine, you jump onto the phone, maybe do 5, start off with a few, do 5, see what happens. And you'll start seeing that people will message you back and they'll engage with your personal page because they'll be, oh, that was, if I message Natalia on Instagram, you're on Instagram, Natalia?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So if I message her on Instagram, I'd be like, that was an awesome picture. I love what you're eating. I don't know what you posted, Natalia. I'm just assuming. I loved what you just ate. It's awesome. Where was this? We engage. Now she's going to comment. She's going to be like, oh, what's Tristan up to? Click on my profile, check it out. And she's like, oh, now she feels compelled to like some of the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And what happens is it's shown that over 50% of the time you do this, when you engage with others in this way, right? Like, comment, message, they come back and they engage with you. Because trust me, if you're just liking stuff, like, nothing's going to happen. You know how many likes you get? You know how many likes you put out there? You got to go deeper, right? So now I've got some questions.
Yes.
All right. Gabriella, what's up, Gabriella? Do you create groups for those you follow and also post content specifically to that group? Gabriella, I'm not sure I understand that question. Can you rephrase it in the chat, or if you're on here, unmute yourself. And then you can ask.
Tristan, I think we have the same question. Is she talking?
Hi, guys. Yeah, so you know how on Facebook we're able to create like friend lists?
Yes.
On Instagram, are you able to create like group lists, friend lists like that? And do you specifically, when you post to them, would you target it towards friends or maybe possibly people that are in your community, in your farm, your geo farm maybe?
You can, but what you want to do in that case is you want to start looking at dynamic ads.
Okay.
And what that looks like on the dynamic ads part is you start retargeting and following people based on your data. And I think that's a lot more powerful when it comes down to being able to nurture them along the way. This is one thing that I've pushed for Gary and Josh to adopt with Command, which is Dare ads, but it's not even on their list because they have to fix Command so that it works fully first. And so what you want to do is be able to retarget people so that they show up again and again to your stuff. So rather than having to work on this on a daily basis, I mean, you still need to do like, comment, LCM, like, comment, message. You see, that's why I acronym things. I forgot the last one. Like, comment, message. You want to be able to automate this process in your database and then segment your sphere, your past clients. And if you're looking for a company that does this, one local company is Ylopo. I always push them out because they do so well for me. Let me type it in here. And they do the retargeting. So you could literally just grab 1,000 of your sphere and past clients together and message them on Facebook and Instagram with whatever message it is that you want. We typically just put an IDX feed so that as they engage with property, new property pops up for them every time based on what they're looking for. And this way it's kind of nurturing it for me along the way. And it's not that expensive for 1,000 people, like continual retargeting, it's only $100. And that's not bad for 1,000 people retargeting, right? There's one other feature I wanted to show you here, and that's, let me share it with you. Facebook and Instagram. And I gravitate to both of those only because they're the number 2 and 3 social media platforms. YouTube's 1, right? But here, Facebook on the back end has something called Creator Studio, and so does Instagram, you see, because they're the same company. You can alternate between Facebook and Instagram. And this is directly from them, right? And the cool part is, if I'm on Instagram right now, but I can go to the left here on the calendar section, and I can start scheduling things out. Like if I'm on Hootsuite, check this out, right? We already have things scheduled out for Thursday and for Friday for Christy, right? Because we manage our teams here. But I can switch here, and I can go to ours. Do we have anything? Yeah, we have a lot of stuff scheduled out for our team specifically as the team Instagram. So like tomorrow we got this scheduled. You saw that was a story, another story. Let's see what we got here. I think that might be the feed. That's the feed, right? So you can see all this stuff that we already posted out, and we can schedule things out for what's tomorrow, the 11th and the 12th. Right? We can schedule things out for the future too. It also shows how well all of our stuff did in the past. So you can switch between Facebook and you can switch between Instagram, and that's all free. That's all stuff that we have on the back end of Instagram and Facebook. So it's pretty powerful. Let me see if I can give you the link to that so you don't have to look for it. I think it's under Creator Studio, but let me check. Creator Studio. And I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to grab that link and send it over to you guys right now. There. And it says Facebook on the link, but remember, you can toggle between Facebook and Instagram. So, and that's all I got for you today. I kind of try to cram it into like 30 minutes for you so that you can go ahead and uncram it later.
That's awesome. Tristan, I have one more question on here from Juan. It's he's asking, how many closed deals can you source through the social media you are showing us? Sorry if I missed this before.
Yeah, no problem, Juan. That's a good question. I think it really is going to depend on, my answer is going to be different. Like people ask me, what's your ROI on Google? What's your ROI on Facebook? And I'm like, mine's totally off because, I mean, we just closed a Google PPC lead for $10.5 million too. It's like, and that cost me $10. So my ROI is going to be completely different than yours because I target Malibu, Westlake Village, and Calabasas, right? So I don't know how your sphere is. I don't know who your past clients are. And more importantly, I don't know how your dialogue is after you get them on the phone or through texting. What's the tonality look like, right? So I've practiced a lot over the years. My background is on telemarketing. I used to sell Windows, ink cartridges, all this stuff in my teens and in college. So I've practiced and practiced this craft. So I'm going to tell you, Juan, I think the better question to ask is, are you practicing on your craft to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that come your way? That's the best question you can ask yourself. There's an ROI, it's there. It just depends on how good you are.
Awesome. Well, you're amazing, Tristan. This was like amazing bombs you dropped today. So a social media zap, right?
Yeah, really quick. And then Gabriela, did you mention how much time you invest in social media engagement and follow-up? Gabriela, in the mornings, we typically try to hit up 20 people the way I showed you in the mornings. And then we also use the afternoons, late in the afternoons for follow-up. That's if we're not showing a lot of clients. This is why as we've grown, we built a team around to help out with this. But look, with multiple offers out there right now, it's so hard. You're showing clients all day, right? It's going to be tough. So what I suggest that you do is use the morning time when it's really quiet, right, to be able to do this. And if you're not finding the right time, that means you're just not trying hard enough. You need to go to sleep a little earlier. You need to wake up a little earlier. You need to maybe even go to sleep a little late and find that time, whatever works for you, right? But there's time. There's time in the day. And if you're at that position to be able to leverage and hire somebody, do it. And great questions. I love it.
Love it.
I recognize a few people. What's up, Indy? On my screen here. Jess, Joseph, what's up?
Yeah, we have.
I can't see everybody, but I'm trying to find everybody.
Yeah, we post your webinars, like we have your calendar, so we plug you into our private Facebook group daily.
Awesome.
So we love it. Yep.
All right. Well, look, any questions you have, feel free to reach out to me. And Natalia's got my number. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, message me. If I don't respond, that means it went to spam. So I check my spam eventually. So I will get back to you.
Awesome, Tristan. Have a
Thanks,
wonderful
everybody.
afternoon and take care. Be safe.
Thanks,
Thank you so
everybody.
much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Natalia.
Take care.
You too.
All right, guys, we have two. Is it Janet too? Kirsten, who's on? We have family reunion tickets to raffle, guys. So hang tight. Here we go. Woohoo! Woohoo! It's next week, guys. Huge conference. You cannot miss this. We got Gary Keller. We got some amazing speakers. Josh Teen, Jason Abrams, Tristan's gonna be.
Hey, Nat,
Yeah, go ahead.
can you let Kirsten share her screen, please?
Yes, I think everybody's able to. Yep. There we go. Who is it gonna be? Whoa. Suzanne Hope, congratulations.
Suzanne Hope.
Woo! Are you on, Suzanne? Share an emoji, chat, unmute. Second one, here we go.
Oh, no, only one.
Oh, only one?
The second one is after the team meeting today. Oh.
Okay, we'll save Angela. All right, guys, tune in. Really quick plug. 1 o'clock for new agents. I got forward coaching call at 1 o'clock. So if you want to check it out, text me, get a hold of the team. 3 o'clock team meeting. We got Housing Wire lead analyst Logan. He's amazing. He's a national speaker. And we're going to dive into a national economic breakdown and local as well. So important information. He's going to start right off the bat the first 30 minutes, and we're going to raffle additional tickets. So we got some great stuff for you this afternoon. And thank you for joining us today. So have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Matt. Bye.
And we'll share this video.